I don't know why I bother sometimes. It really makes you wonder nights like this, what you could be doing instead of watching this shit. That was disgraceful. Played one quarter of footy, fell apart, and he sort of backup plan non-existent. Lack of options, lack of talent, lack of effort. Like, after a couple of, okay weeks to start the season, get a couple of wins, a competitive performance against Sydney, and then to dish up something like that, Friday night footy, gather round, all eyes are on the footy, everyone's tuning in, and you cough up an 11-goal loss. Even my son's crying. That's what you've done, Essendon. You've made my baby cry. Oh, God. Where do we start? Do we start with the coach? Do we start with the individuals? I mean, maybe we can start with the coach. I mean, I don't know. There's a few of these experiments that we're trying to run that feel like they're not working very well. I mean, Nick Martin's had 80 bloody touches in 2 weeks. Has he had much of an impact in that position? Probably not. Is Jake Kelly a winger? Definitely not. Is the midfield working? I mean, this week it definitely didn't work for a quarter. They looked very slow. They looked one-paced. Just no speed. Shame Durham wasn't there. I mean, it doesn't change the 17 goals they kicked, but, he's been playing some pretty good footy and might have brought something a bit different. But, I mean, just the way they ran away from our midfielders, just couldn't get near them. I mean, Setterfield was disappointing coming back from an injury. I was really hoping to see a better game out of him. Darcy Parish was crap, absolutely crap. Like, I know he's had a calf injury, but second game back, and I had good hopes for him after the Geelong practice game where I thought he played really well, but God, he was just offered zero, offered absolutely nothing. Ball use was no good. Beaten constantly, fumbly, all the things you don't want. Hobbsy has a crack, needs to fix his short kicking because it is not up to standard at all. Coxie was garbage. I've backed him pretty hard, but he had an absolute horrific night. Unfortunately, we've depleted of key backs. Even bring in Benny Mackay, we're still depleted because Ridley's hurt his calf, not quad, sorry, more. He won't be back anytime soon. Zachary won't be back anytime soon. Maybe they debut Lewis Hayes and give him a crack. Otherwise, Coxie's going to keep playing. Feel bad for the forwards. Like, after quarter time, just no looks at it, no service, balls getting put in terrible positions. Harry Jones competed pretty well. I'll give him that. Like, he wasn't just getting out marked constantly. He brought the ball to ground a lot. Got a goal in the end, which is okay, but hard to find positives after this. It's just a big reality check, really. After a few promising weeks and starting to be like, oh, maybe we're turning it around. Maybe we're getting it back together. Maybe we're going to be a pretty competitive side, and then you get whacked like this, and you just go, well, like, have we improved since round 23 last season? Doesn't feel like it after a game like that. Definitely doesn't feel like it. Who else had a stinker? Drapes had a stinker. Both Ruckman had a stinker. Soldo kicked their asses, absolutely kicked their asses. Seemed like they paid him a lack of respect, When they go up against a Ruckman with a big name like Marshall or Grundy, they really put in, and then Soldo just teaches them a lesson. Drapes needs to play the percentages sometimes. Like, sometimes if you're blazing away, just get inside 50. Bit of chaos ball, it's okay. Bites off more than he can chew. Menzie, probably getting admitted. First one, you know, if you're getting subbed tactically in a loss like this, I feel like you're probably the first name getting admitted. So maybe they give ADJ a go or someone else. Redmond seems like a shadow of himself this season. Samson cut his hair and lost his powers, it seems. I know he did it for a good cause, but, that's it. Benny Mackay fought pretty well, all things considered, the amount of times the ball was down there. I thought Gresham did his job really, well. Got some crucial goals. Pressured as much as he could, but this is just abysmal. I feel sorry for Zach Merritt. Times like this, he deserves more, deserves a better team. He just gets let down by a lot of people around him. This game has highlighted some problems we, could kind of see, I guess. Don't get me wrong, Port are a very good team. Their midfield is unbelievable, but just the inability to tackle them, stop them was men against boys. I felt like with Setterfield and, I know he wasn't playing Durham and even Perkins, we had some more tough midfielders who could lay tackles, but this was a joke tonight. Absolute joke. I don't know what to say, to be honest. Pretty shit. We suck. Long way off it after a result like that, regardless of how good Port is. And don't go commenting, we missed this guy. If we had him playing, it'd be better. No, we suck. We're a long way off it. Hopefully this is as worse as it gets this year, but I don't know. A few ominous Friday nights coming up. We know our history with the Bulldogs and what they've done to us in the past. The Crows look crap, but I'm sure they'll be good in 2 weeks by the time we play them. Feeling pretty dark tonight, as you can all imagine. 111 points to 42. 3-1. If I'm going to do it. Gresham 3. I'll give Merritt 2 and I'll give Mackay 1. That's probably it. Have a good weekend, I guess. Bye.